What's going on, everybody? Derrick TV back with another video, and in today's video we'll be discussing a report from a former NBA executive where he reveals that the Los Angeles Lakers will indeed, in fact, be making a trade. This article is per heavy and the headline reads, Lakers surely making trade calls on 3 veteran guards. Former executive, he goes on to say, with the NBA season nearing its halfway mark, it's clear that the Los Angeles Lakers roster has major flaws. The team is still very much in the thick of the playoff race, but it's almost impossible to see this team as it is currently constructed competing for an NBA championship. The Lakers have already been involved in a number of trade rumors, but they have to make sure they make the right deal for finalizing anything. A major focus should be on finding some wing defense. Wings who can shoot and play defense aren't always cheap to come by, but the Lakers have options. According to former NBA executive John Hollinger, there are a few specific players the team will almost certainly take a look at. The executive says surely they are making calls about guards who can play off the ball, such as Portland's Norman Powell, San Antonio's Derrick White, and Boston's Marcus Smart, but they may need to set their sights a bit lower, Hollinger wrote The Athletic. So if you guys would like to read the full article, the link is in the description box. Now, truthfully speaking, I don't think that any of these 3 trades will improve the Lakers roster by any means. I really think that the best trade that the Lakers that's on this table from this deal would be Marcus Smart, solely because of his defensive prowess. Okay, and I know that the defense is not our strong suit. That is why, even though I think that Stanley Johnson was a really good pickup by the Los Angeles Lakers and he's done a really good job, and also Avery Bradley. However, I can't see one of these trades just flipping the switch for the Lakers. There's no quick fix. The problems are deeply rooted, and I think the only fix would be to just gut the entire team, then rebuild with your building block, which I believe is Anthony Davis. Or you could just take a different approach, which is to just pack it in, reduce LeBron James minutes to around 30 to 34 minutes per game, and have him load manage and just tank without tanking. Trade Russell Westbrook for some draft picks or a player like Jeremy Grant from the Detroit Pistons, then go all in and try to sign Bradley Beal this summer, which would be a brilliant move, because then if you're LeBron James, you're now in position to possibly win at least 2 championships, if not at least 1. And then Anthony Davis will be fully rested and healthy for next season. But if you take this approach, either way you're in a lose-lose situation, because if you trade Russell Westbrook, you'll be bringing in role players who will struggle in your system, the LeBron James system that is, and you'll have LeBron James still doing what he's doing now, which is trying to carry these guys at 37 years old. And now you can risk LeBron James suffering a major injury, which doesn't make sense. So LeBron James already has his media guys running Russell Westbrook's name through the mud and blaming him left and right, when his numbers look identical to all of the years you guys were praising him, which doesn't make sense at all. Now his stock is starting to go down and his trade value is starting to drop as well. So as I said, between these 3 players, I think that Marcus Smart and Derrick White are at the top of the list. Greg Popovich and his scout team do a phenomenal job at discovering new talent. He's a really good 3-point shooter, Derrick White that is, and Marcus Smart just has a knack for drawing fouls and playing really good on-ball defense as a wing, creating body contact and just being a pest defensively, which is why he made all defensive first team. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm